If nobody clearly decides what comes first, everything feels urgent. And when everything feels urgent, your team burns out. Scrum solves that problem by giving one person a very specific responsibility. The person is called the product owner. And understanding this role is where everything starts to make sense. Because if you do not know who set the priorities, you will never understand why certain work lands on your plate and other work does not. The product owner has one job: decide what the team works on and in what order. Not how the work gets done, but what gets done and what comes first. They own the priorities, not the people. And that means they are not micromanaging or assigning individual tasks inside the sprint. They are not tracking your hours. They are not telling you how to do your job. If that is happening on your team, the role is drifting. Here is what happens when this role is unclear. Marketing wants to launch a campaign. Sales wants a new deck. Leadership wants a report. Everyone goes directly to the team. The team says yes to all of it, and 2 weeks later, nothing is fully done. Morale drops, and someone says Scrum doesn't work. That was not a Scrum failure, that was a priority failure. The product owner exists to prevent exactly that. Now, this is the distinction that trips up most teams. On a lot of non-technical teams, the person who plays this role is also the boss, the marketing director, the HR lead, the operations manager. And because they are used to managing people, they often manage the team instead of the priorities. When that happens, the team stops thinking. They start waiting for instructions. And Scrum quietly turns back into traditional project management, just with new vocabulary. Okay? But in Scrum, the product owner says, these are the 3 most important things right now. The team decides how to get them done. And that separation is what makes Scrum work. It gives the team ownership of their own work while keeping the priorities clear and honest. So what does the product owner actually do day to day? Basically 3 things. First, they maintain the backlog. We will cover the backlog in detail later in this course, but for now, think of it as a master list of everything the team could work on. Every campaign idea, every open position, every process improvement, every stakeholder request, it all goes to that list. The product owner keeps that list ranked. The most important item sits at the top. Everything else waits its turn. And they are accountable for the value the team delivers, not the volume of work started. That is critical difference. Second thing, they make the hard calls. When your VP wants a new report by Friday and your client needs a deliverable by Thursday and your team can do only one of them, the product owner decides which one comes first. They do not get to say, do both. They have to choose. That is the job. Third, they absorb chaos so the team does not have to. 10 stakeholders may want 10 different things. The product owner turns that noise into one ranked list. Because without that filter, the team becomes the negotiation table. That is not their job. When this works well, you feel it immediately. In a healthy sprint planning, the product owner walks in and says, these are top 3 outcomes we need in the next 2 weeks. If we finish these, the sprint is a success. That clarity lowers the anxiety instantly. Now, let me show you what this looks like on your team. In marketing, the product owner is the person deciding whether the product launch campaign takes priority over the quarterly newsletter redesign. In HR, this is the person who says the senior analyst hires comes before the handbook update, because the department cannot function without that role filled. In operations, this is the manager who says, we fix vendor onboarding this sprint. The reporting dashboard waits until next sprint. Different departments, same role. One person deciding what matters most right now. And here is what you need to know as a team member. You are not expected to set the priorities. This is the product owner's responsibility. But you are expected to understand them. And here is a sentence you can use in your next sprint planning meeting. Before we commit, can we confirm this is the highest priority item right now? That question protects the team. It reinforces the product owner's role without challenging authority. And it shows you understand the framework, how the framework works. So here is your action. Think about your team right now. Who decides what gets work on first? They may not carry the title product owner, but they are playing the role. Write down that name. And if that person is unclear on your team, that explains half your confusion already. Role clarity reduces stress faster than motivation ever will. When you know who decides, you stop guessing, and guessing is what drains teams. Okay, now you know who sets the priorities. In the next lecture, you are going to learn who protects the process, and it is not what you think. I'll see you there.